My name is Neva Rico. I'm a photographer and creative director. Coming from Toronto, it has exposed me to so many different kinds of people and cultures, and that's really shaped my work.
My name is Bobby Bowen, and I'm a wardrobe stylist and creative director. I think Toronto just has its own vibe. There's so much culture and so much community, music, the look, the style, like that influences my work.
Toronto fosters a community of young and up-and-coming artists, and it's filled with spaces where young people can show their work. So today we're going to be checking out some art spaces in Toronto.
So we're going to Camille Jadouin Ng's studio.
It's her personal studio space, so it's a live-work studio. I believe it's one of the few live-work studios left in Toronto. She works with like sculptures and glass, a lot of things with like lighting, and there's a lot of symbolism in her work. It's really, really beautiful. I would love to know from Camille what her inspiration is for her work, and also curious to know how does she find being an artist in Toronto. This is such a nice space.
Yeah, it's great.
Thanks.
Wow. This is so beautiful. Wow.
This is one of the latest pieces that I made. It's the most complicated piece I've ever made. 300 parts that go together and all the wiring's on the inside.
You use a lot of like symbols and shapes.
Yeah.
Is there like any meaning behind those?
It's kind of a visual language that I've developed over the past 4 years, going through all my past work, distilling, repeating shapes and patterns, and cataloging those and making that into an alphabet of sorts.
It reminds me of like hieroglyphics.
Yeah, I love it so much.
This is kind of like imaginary city of mine. I'm trying to imagine like if my body and mind were a city, what it would look like. How we kind of build our cities to reflect ourselves in a way.
Definitely. Yeah. So where do you get your inspiration for your work?
I've just biked across the city so many times, like just watching it all like go past.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a funny city because it's a big city, but it's also kind of like a small town in a lot of ways.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. The community is really strong here, and that's definitely what keeps me in the city.
You can easily spend a day visiting galleries in Toronto, especially when you find some local hidden gems. So right now we're headed to the power plant. There's actually a gallery in there that I never knew about. They're right now showing an exhibit by Abbas Akovan, and it's really, really cool.
He brings like outside elements into the inside.
Yeah, it's
Super
really cool.
I noticed like there's like no light, but the natural light. It's like really like as it came in, like the pink hue like just like brought me in.
How he thought about that beforehand was really interesting to me, just because I work with light a lot. I love how minimal it is too.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like abstract to see the swans in an indoor space, even how one is kind of like tucking its head into the ground, which would feel like the water.
So I really love the fact that he's like a local Toronto artist.
Yeah.
Like in a space like this, it's like beautiful.
I've been visiting Harbourfront since I was a kid. Like I used to come here with my dad. We used to walk the boardwalk. And I had no idea that this space was here, that there was a platform for artists to actually showcase their work in a really beautiful space like this. It's really special being a part of Toronto's art scene because you kind of get to be a pioneer in a way. The vibe in Toronto is inspiring people to make work. And there's never been a better time to get out and explore local galleries and studios.